We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
On this channel, we often focus on Tekken 8. We often focus on what will be. But I thought for this video, we should talk about what is. In this video, I just want to talk about what is the best season passes to buy, to play, and just my overall perception of them. No more DLC characters will be put in the Tekken 7, so I think this is the perfect time to reflect. Just so you guys can fully understand what Tekken 7 was when it launched, I want to give a brief history. First off, the game before it, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, actually is not the actual Tekken before it. There's another Tekken game, Tekken Revolution. We're not going to talk about that. That game was a disaster and it shouldn't even be brought up. But Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was the worst selling Tekken game of all time. It sold about 1 million copies. 1 million copies. That is very low, the lowest. And then also you have one of its biggest competitors, Street Fighter 4, legendary game. You also have Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was booming at the time. So Tekken 7 had a lot to overcome. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and their own past failings. When you look at Season 1, you have Geese Howard, you have Noctis, and you have Tekken Bowling and costumes. Even though people talk trash about Noctis right now, when he first came out, this guy was everywhere. Everywhere. You could not play Tekken 7 and not see Noctis. But I think at the same time too, Noctis got nerfed extremely hard. And now you have a lot of people who say, this character sucks and it would have been better if it was Tifa. But when that character was in its prime, he was played a whole lot. This was Kunimitsu before Kunimitsu. Geese Howard was revealed when the tournament scene really started to skyrocket. Before Geese Howard, before that Evo, esports community was kind of small, but that Evo really boom, flipped the lid. Even though a lot of people hate Geese Howard now because of 2D shenanigans, just the concept of getting new characters and new things after release was not something that the Tekken community was familiar with. It was not something that we were used to. So the fact that that was like now a reality excited a lot of people. And I also think that changed the way that Tekken players fundamentally thought about the game. Usually you're just given a game and you just deal with it for 1-2 years and then you get the next one. But now players see like, wait, they're adding characters, they're changing characters. Why should I wait for the next game to get what I want when I can try to get it now? And that's when you saw a lot of requests and a lot of demands and things going left. But when you talk about the gameplay of Geese Howard, this character, even though Geese Howard is considered to be one of the most complicated characters in the whole game, there is a dumbed down version of the character that you can play and play well. I see a lot of people online where they don't do the death combos, but they do like a simpler version of the death combo. Geese Howard is a character who's underrated when you're talking about how simple he could be played. I think that goes for every Tekken character. We often talk about complexity, but there really is this hidden way to play a character so simple. In Tekken 7, every character has a few moves, and Geese Howard, with his few moves, he can dominate everyone. But at the same time too, you can't dumb down Geese Howard enough to where he's like Noctis. Noctis will always be 10 times more simple, but that doesn't mean that Geese Howard can't be played simply as well. But I think Season 1 is okay. I wouldn't advise anyone to buy it. Tekken Bowling is atrocious. That game should have been online. And then Geese Howard is way too complicated, way too niche. And then Noctis, you may like Noctis a little bit, but I feel like Noctis, it's no real reason to learn this character or become attached to this character because they're not going to show up in Tekken 8. Season 2, and this one we have 6 characters, and I think the high volume of characters in Season 2 shows that this was supposed to be the last one. In Tekken 8, when they retouched on the topic of DLC, I don't think we'll ever see a season pass with 6 characters. I think at the most maybe 4, but I think 2 or 3 is probably what's going to be the standard. But Season 2, if you really like switching between characters, I say Season 2 is probably what you should go for. Armor King is one of the best designed characters in the game and also one of the most popular. If I had to say out of all the DLC which one's most likely to show up in Tekken 8, I would put a lot of money on Armor King. Julia's okay, she's also very, very powerful, but this is more so of a niche playstyle as well. all of these characters besides Armor King are niche playstyles. Something that I almost forgot about when you're talking about the character of Julia is the missed opportunity. In Tekken 7, the female version of Julia, which is JC, was made canon, but I think it would have been even better if the female version of Julia, which is JC, showed up in the game like actually as a playable character. Season 3 is when Tekken 7 really changed. Zafina, Leroy, Ganryu, Frame Data, Falconram, and a new stage. Leroy Smith 100% will be in Tekken 8. Ganryu and Zafina, maybe not. Maybe they'll make a cameo appearance, or maybe Zafina could be in the story in some shape or form, but Falconram is really a coin toss. Whether he shows up or not is a 50-50, the greatest 50-50 mix-up every Tekken player is not expecting to eat. But the reason why I say Season 3 is probably the one you should buy is because you have 4 characters, which is more than Season 1 and Season 2. But also, the variety of gameplay with these characters is pretty good. Falconram is different from Zafina, who's different from Ganryu, who's different from Leroy Smith. And also too, if you're a person who likes buying powerful characters, these characters right here is the most powerful characters in the whole entire game. These characters will always remain powerful because they have every tool in the book. In order to nerf these characters truly, you'll have to take away moves from them. And that's something we never seen Tekken do. In an update, I don't know. Leroy Smith all by himself is the reason that I would say buy Season 3. It's the same thing for Season 2 with Armor King. He is the standout character in that battle pass, in the whole entire game really. Season 4, the final season pass. Now this one was very controversial when this happened. A lot of people was expecting some Bruce, some Angel, some Jun Kazama, some Mokujin, some Kiri Kazama. This one is when the community was really like, give us a character. Like this is when everyone lost it. And I was one of the people who, one, predicted Kunimitsu, but two, wanted Kunimitsu. And even though I was very salty when this character came out, because it's not the original Kunimitsu, it's the daughter, I grew past that. I accept this character for who she is, and I just hope in Tekken 8, the daughter Kunimitsu gets the love and the story that the mother never got. But if we talk about how the community accepted these two characters, took these two characters, yes, a lot of people complain about the power levels of them, but when you put that aside and you talk about how popular they are, both of these characters are really popular. Kunimitsu has been climbing up the popularity chart ever since her introduction. And Lita, she never was low, she never was under, but she's always maintained her status. I think giving us a strong female character, but also making her a character of political power, something we never had in Tekken before, really makes this character stand out. And Lita is already a character who is confirmed to be in Tekken 8. When this character was introduced as DLC, Harada said she's going to play a big role in the story going further, and that means further into Tekken 8. Now, I probably would say Kunimitsu is guaranteed as well to be on the roster, but the base roster of Tekken 8, we don't know how many characters will be there. So it's really hard to say, oh, 4 DLC characters is guaranteed, 5 DLC characters is guaranteed. But I do think that Lita, Leroy, and Armor King are the ones who are truly there. And it's quite fascinating because they're spread out across all the DLCs. If you really wanted to experience all of these characters, or at least the 3 that I named out, Lita, Leroy, and Armor King, you could wait until the Legacy Bundle goes on sale for like $20 and then buy it then. I see a lot of people doing that. One thing about Kunimitsu too that really makes her stand out, everyone who plays Kunimitsu, they always talk about how much fun it is to play the character. Now I don't know if they're having this kind of Falconram phase where the character is so powerful and that's why it's fun, or if Kunimitsu is really just that fun to play. I know at Tekken Tag Tournament 2, when I played Kunimitsu, she was really fun. So maybe the character is just a good character and you should try it out. Even though these characters get a lot of hate, especially from me about power level, I think the benefits far outweighs the negatives. The season pass that I would say undoubtedly is the best is probably season 2 because of the amount of characters you get. But if you really don't care about the amount of characters, I would say season 3. One thing about season 3 that I did not touch on, which is probably the most important thing ever, is frame data. If you see right between Ganryu and Fahkumram is frame data. That has so much benefit on, yeah, I think season 3. If you want to buy a season pass, I say season 3 is the way to go. That one will get you everything you need in order to prepare for Tekken 8. But let me know what you think down below. What season passes you buy, what characters you play. I can't wait to read all the responses from everyone. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for checking out this video. I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.